Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us. Coming to you live from the Union Buildings. And as we celebrate our 21st year of democracy, we are mindful of the role that artists played in the emancipation of South Africans. And years later, they continue to shape the psyche of the people. I'm joined now by the people's poet, Mr. Mbuli, to tell us about a new project that they're doing, a song called Africa for Africans. Good morning to you. It's always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure as well to be here.
Let's talk about that song now, Africa for Africans. It's quite new, I believe 8 days old. What inspired it?
Minister of Arts and Culture, Natim Twete, called me to say we should mobilize artists. He wanted to say artists must add their voice as leaders are speaking. The clergy, people were all actually from walks of life. We're talking about xenophobia, condemning the killings and the brutality that was actually taking place, tarnishing the image of the country. And so we came together at the Freedom Park, significantly so. And I can assure you, it's a miracle. It's a miracle country, South Africa, because the support we have, it's overwhelming. It's more than your USA for Africa song. We have, the cream of South African artists. You've got a person that the president praised recently, who won the Grammy Award, Voter Kellerman. We have the Grammy Awards winners, Mambazo. You have your Mafigizo. You have your Zahara. You have your Chico as the producer. Another producer, Ruby Malinga. Another producer, Don Laka. You have Eugene. You have people such as Uvert is a hip hop artist. You have Squatter Camps, you've got Bricks, you've got Prince Lengwase on the brass section. You have people such as Maralo, Condres Kubu. These guys are many, man. You've got Keke, you've got Obrigado, Solumatango.
So even the gospel fraternity were brought in.
In one song, and the beat, everything just fused, everything worked so well. It was like a melting pot. So I'm saying to you, you have never seen such a cream of artists coming together. We've got a guitarist who was in Sun City, Urake, Green. You have amazing talent that came to the studio, that made the album, that made the song something called awesome. So I'm saying to you, it's artists saying, not in our name. Artists can speak better, louder than politicians. We are saying you cannot afford to spit on the graves of Mandela, Samora Machel, Sobukwe, Julius Nyerere. No, not in our name. We are saying human slaughter, barbarism, it's not an act of heroism. The song is led by a Congolese singer called Mandé. He says, God changed our hearts. We've got a Nigerian singer called General. I mean, everybody, DJ Smooth is there. It's an amazing album.
In fact, I can see you're incredibly passionate about that song, and so much so that even logistically, the act of putting it together, you almost bent over backwards trying to get artists. I believe it was around the time of the Summer Awards, so you had to try and coordinate and get everybody to come together at the studio there in downtown. It was quite a mammoth task, but one that was absolutely necessary. Speak to us about that process.
You see, it happened on the weekend when we were saying, by the way, what do we do? Because lots of artists are at Sun City, but again, we had to make sure we get hold of them. That is why the Mambazo guys, people like Ruby Malinga had to coordinate from that side. Chico was actually coordinating some of the guys at the downtown. Don Laka was doing his part elsewhere. So I'm saying this is something else. We've got Umusa. You'll hear Umusa Sukwena how he sings. I mean, this guy is something else. It's from the Idols. I'm sure everybody knows that. So it's another album. It's another album. It's difficult to explain how it happened. It's a miracle, I think, because you can never have an album within a short space of time.
All these different genres and artists all coming together. But I'm going to interrupt you because I can't let you go without commenting on the fact that you just recently went to Namibia in the wake of these xenophobic attacks that we went through. You decided, I'm not going to cancel my concert, I'm going to go there because you are being honored for being the artist of the month in Namibia. You won their hearts, you managed to stand before them and say not in my name. So you're clearly practicing what you're preaching in the song.
Thank you very much. And the continent has got so much love. The continent cushioned, looked after our leaders. Whether you apply MK Zanzanla, these leaders, Madiba himself, everybody, the headquarters of the movement were based in Lusaka. Most of liberation forces were in Africa, not in America. So, Africa has played a significant role. That is why today we are free a nation. So I'm saying to you, I had to go to Namibia. Yes, I was humbled to be named, nominated Artist of the Month. But I went there when other artists had to cancel their other engagements in the neighboring states because of the anger, because of the attacks against our fellow African brothers. Thou shalt not kill, one death is death too many. We are saying you cannot kill these people. So I had to go there. I know, obviously, I went to a country where there was almost hostility among other things because people are angry. The trade union there in Namibia was saying you must boycott African goods. The headlines, they showed a naked man washing somewhere in a place where safe place in Durban. And it was an embarrassing. But I had to face them. That not artists, not musicians, musicians have not killed anyone. We the fellow artists, if I talk of the entertainment fraternity, not any of our members were engaged in these heinous attacks or criminal attacks. These are musicians. So I'm saying I had to go there. I had to show them also that how much I know their history. I spoke about the Hereros, that the Hereros are in the minority. I know it because of the exterminated. I shared them that Madiba told me that when Helen Suzman visited Robben Island, Herman Jatoivo refused to shake and said, I've never shaken a white man's hand or something.
But they said she's different.
To shake Helen Suzman, saying this is a different lady. But
she is different. I'm going to have to. Yeah, you were enveloped by love there, and even as you speak, you sound very poetic, as if you are reciting one of your poems. So I'm getting inspired to ask you to hang around and perhaps play us out with a little bit of a poem as we say goodbye to our SABC2 viewers later. It's a deal, right? It's a deal. We'll have to leave it there at least for now. When we come back, some analysis from Dr. Somadoda Fikeni. Stay with us.